Hello everyone. Today's topic of discussion is hyperosmolar hyperglycemic state. Before moving on to the next slide, I would suggest you to watch the DKA lecture first because it will make it easier for you to understand this lecture. As the name suggests, HHS is characterized by extreme hyperglycemia causing high serum osmolarity and dehydration, but without significant ketoacidosis. It occurs mainly in type 2 diabetes mellitus. It happens gradually over a few days, and its mortality rate is around 5 to 10% if not diagnosed and treated early. HHS most commonly occurs in patients with type 2 diabetes who have some concomitant illness that leads to reduced fluid intake. For example, elderly or chronically ill patients. Generally, whenever the body is under stress due to some infection, stroke, myocardial infarction, pulmonary embolism, acute pancreatitis, all these conditions can lead to HHS in a type 2 diabetic patient. Let us revise the physiology of glucose and insulin in the body quickly. So glucose is the major source of energy in the body. It comes from ingestion of carbohydrates and is carried by the bloodstream to various organs. Insulin is a hormone produced by the beta cells of the pancreas, and it is responsible for driving the glucose into the cells. However, in type 2 diabetes, these cells become resistant to insulin, due to which it is unable for insulin to drive glucose into the cells, leading to high blood glucose levels. Remember, in type 2 diabetes, unlike type 1 diabetes, pancreas is secreting insulin. In fact, it secretes a lot of insulin to compensate for this high blood glucose level. But since the cells have become resistant to insulin, it cannot perform its function. However, over time, the pancreas becomes tired and stops producing insulin, leading to relative insulin deficiency in the body. If you remember the pathophysiology of DKA, we know that these cells of the body are now starving because there is no glucose. So the body increases the levels of some counter-regulatory hormones in response to this starvation. These hormones, they produce more glucose in an attempt to supply energy to the cells. This is done by breaking down glycogen, a process called glycogenolysis, to form glucose, that is gluconeogenesis. Also, these hormones synthesize glucose from non-carbohydrate substrates, such as by breaking down proteins and fats. However, as the cells cannot use this glucose, this process only results in more sugar in the blood, that is hyperglycemia. The major difference between DKA and HHS is that in HHS there is a relative insulin deficiency, which means that some insulin is still present in the body, and this insulin prevents the breakdown of lipids. Lipolysis is a process through which ketone bodies are produced. So in HHS, since there is no lipolysis, ketone bodies will not be produced, and hence there will be no acidosis. Now let's discuss the hyperosmolar component of HHS. Glucose is an osmotically active solute, and this means that wherever it goes in the body, water likes to follow. This is a blood vessel, and these are some cells surrounding it. If the glucose levels in the blood rises, the water from the cells is pulled out of the cells in order to keep the concentration of glucose in the blood at a relatively constant level. As this blood reaches the kidneys where it is filtered, under normal conditions, kidneys filter a very small amount of glucose and most of it is reabsorbed. However, in HHS, As the blood glucose level exceeds the kidney's ability to reabsorb, it overflows into the urine, taking water and electrolytes with it, in a process called osmotic diuresis. From this process, the body loses a lot of water, a lot of fluid very quickly. So as the body loses a lot of water in the urine, the concentration of solutes in the blood, such as sodium, potassium, glucose, increases. And this process, which is caused by the underlying hyperglycemia, is called hyperosmolarity. Since the body cannot use glucose as energy, patients will be very tired and lethargic. Due to osmotic diuresis, there will be large volume of urine, excessive thirst, and severe dehydration. Hyperosmolarity leads to hyperviscosity of the blood, or in simple words, you can say that the blood thickens, which may result in myocardial infarctions, stroke, and peripheral arterial thrombosis. Dehydration can cause hypotension and tachycardia. Also, due to severe dehydration, patients can present with altered mental status and even coma in 20% of patients. The diagnostic criteria for HHS involves marked hypovolemia, marked hyperglycemia without significant ketonemia or acidosis, and significantly raised serum osmolarity. These three criteria are helpful in distinguishing between HHS and DKA. However, it is important to remember that a mixed HHS and DKA picture can occur. Aggressive fluid resuscitation is the key in the treatment of HHS. This is to avoid cardiovascular collapse and to perfuse vital organs. Intravenous 0.9% sodium chloride solution is the first-line treatment for restoring total body fluid. All patients with HHS require IV insulin therapy. However, immediate treatment with insulin can result in a rapid decline of serum glucose and thus osmolarity, leading to cardiovascular collapse and central pontine myelonesis if fluid has not been replaced first. And finally, potassium replacement is important as required. In summary, DKA occurs mostly in type 1 diabetics, but HHS occurs in type 2 diabetics. In DKA, there is absolute insulin deficiency. However, in HHS, there is relative insulin deficiency. Blood glucose levels in DKA are more than 13 to 15 millimoles per liter, but in HHS, there is extreme hyperglycemia, that is more than 30 millimoles per liter. Ketones are produced in DKA, leading to metabolic acidosis. In HHS, however, there is hyperosmolar state, but no ketone production, hence no acidosis. There is hypovolemia in both DKA and HHS, but the hypovolemia is more marked in HHS as compared to DKA. DKA occurs suddenly, but HHS occurs gradually over a period of some days. The mortality rate of DKA is lower as compared to HHS. That's it for today. Take care. God bless you all.